calls to end the UFO truth embargo, quote unquote, which got NASA between a rock and a hard place. This is on Sputnik News Today's article, explaining why NASA is allegedly forced to cover up the existence of space aliens. Stephen Bassett argued that ending the truth embargo on this issue would greatly benefit the space agency. Bassett is the man who has long campaigned for the government to end its alleged embargo on the truth about extraterrestrial life. He's recently claimed that NASA essentially has its hands tied when it comes to concealing UFO appearances, the Daily Star reports. Commenting on instances of the International Space Station live feeds being cut every time some UFO is in the picture, which a number of conspiracy theories attribute to alien spacecraft allegedly popping up in the frames, Bassett argued that the U.S. Space Agency is not actually a bad guy here. Quote, it seems it's then essentially obeying the law. They obey the law, that's their order. They have to cut it whenever something like that appears, which is what the National Security Act is, and simply not doing anything which would, quote, endanger the truth embargo because under the Act of National Security it has to remain, end quote. This is what he explained during a chat with a media outlet. Bassett went on to elaborate that by the time NASA was established back in 1958 via the Space Act, the U.S. government was allegedly well aware of the existence of extraterrestrial presence, and they knew that these phenomena might be encountered by the civilian space program. Quote, and so what the government did, what Congress did, was to put a clause in the Space Act right there up in front that says anything which involves national security, deemed to be national security matters that NASA encounters, will be completely turned over and deferred to the Department of Defense, and NASA will say and do nothing. This is what he explained. And he added, NASA has been between a rock and a hard place since 1958. So Bassett argued ending the alleged truth embargo on the truth about the existence of aliens will be a massive boom for NASA. Quote, first of all, the burden of having to maintain this posture, essentially a blind posture, will be gone, and the interest in space and space research will expand and explode, and NASA will be the recipient of that. And so they will be throwing some serious parties at various NASA facilities around the country the day after the head of the state finally confirms the ET presence. This is what he theorizes. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.